Hi Taurus, here is your weekly reading starting from Monday the 8th of May through to Sunday the 14th. I have pre-shuffled and laid out your cards, so we're going to get straight into the reading. Now, the overall issue for this upcoming week, it talks about a feeling of loss, okay? We've got the Five of Cups here, and it talks about an emotional loss, okay, that some of you may very well have had. But it talks about you only focusing on this loss. And the need this coming week is for you to look at what is still remaining in your life. Now, when I do see the Five of Cups sometimes, I do often think about a third-party situation within a relationship. The fact that the Three Cups have spilt over and the fact that there's Two Cups still remaining here often signifies to me that if we're talking third-party situation, one of those relationships, so to speak, has been lost. And you may very well not want to be looking at or thinking about the relationship that still remains in your life. If that's not the case for you, and it certainly won't be the case for all of you, it is talking about some emotional loss that through this upcoming week you are still very much focusing on here. Now, what's crossing that as well is the Ten of Swords. And this does talk about feeling let down. It can talk about intense psychological pain. It can talk about feeling very stabbed in the back by somebody. The fact it's a 10, it does talk about it. This feeling is coming to an end, but you may not yet be entirely over the worst of it, so to speak. The fact it's a 10 as well, it talks about how this is something that's already taken place, okay? This energy's been with you for some time now, and it's most definitely connected to this emotional loss. And maybe you're still focusing very heavily on that loss because of how it's left you feeling. Because of the intense pain, because you feel that somebody has let you down or somebody has stabbed you literally in the back here. Now, down here in your present situation, we do have the Five of Wands. It talks about conflict. It talks about arguments. It can talk about a group of people, but it can also talk about you and another person. It talks about everybody or you and somebody else just wanting to get your point of view across here and not listening to the other person. You know, it's a very conflicting energy here, okay, that may very well be around you this week. In the near past, you have had what we call a breakthrough moment. This Ace of Swords, it talks about that ha-ha moment. When the fog starts to clear in your mind and you can start to see something more clearly. Or you gain more information and knowledge that gives you more clarity. Now, this could be talking about gaining more clarity in regards to the person that may be involved in this situation here. Or is talking about you gaining more clarity in regards to the situation. It may be for some of you that, yes, you do find out that there's been a third-party situation going on. Or you may have already found that out. And that's why we may be having this intense feeling of loss there with the Five of Cups. Now, up here, you have got the Magician. It is reversed. It's number 1 in the major arcana. The thing with the Magician is it can have a few meanings. It can talk about how you're wanting to create something or manifest something, but you don't feel that you have all the ingredients or all the tools at your disposal to be able to do this. And if you're dealing with this conflicting energy within a group or with you and somebody else, then it could very well be making you feel like this. Feeling that you're not able to sort this out. You haven't got everything that's required here to be able to resolve this situation. The other aspect with the Magician card, and this is the aspect I don't like, is it can talk about a trickster. It can talk about how somebody was wearing a false mask, and the false mask slips off and you start to see somebody for who they really are. Having that breakthrough moment with that Ace of Swords, where eventually the mask slips, because the Magician reverse can talk about a trickster, a manipulator, somebody that uses other people for their own gain. Now, your outcome is the Lover's card. It is number 6 in the major arcana. And it does talk about relationship difficulties. It can talk about weakness and temptation within a relationship, where maybe somebody in this relationship has been tempted to stray. This is the card for Gemini. Some of you could be in a relationship with a Gemini, but I tend to look at more of the court cards as people than I do really with the major arcana. It can talk about a lack of commitment. It can talk about not getting along and then that leading to a breakup here. You know, this to me seems a very specific message, and it may only be for one person this week. But I do feel that for a lot of you, you've been in a relationship with somebody that has been wearing a false mask. Somebody that may well have had a third party, or overall somebody, as I said, that's turned out to be a bit of a trickster and has done nothing but let you down. But this upcoming week, and it's quite possible that today that I'm doing this reading, which is on Saturday, that Ace of Swords, you know, you may very well be gaining some clarity there, because it does talk about a breakthrough moment there. The Ten of Swords energy, as I said, it's more long-standing, that pain. It's not a recent pain. It may very well be that you have just been dealing with somebody that has constantly let you down, that has been wearing this false mask. The Lovers card reversed, yes, it can maybe talk about a divorce. But either way, it talks about the parting of two people here. The reading I just did for Aries was also quite intense. They had the Tower card. And, you know, I don't know much about the astrology aspect, okay? I don't know at the moment if something is in retrograde or any of those things, okay? I'm not an astrologist. But it does seem that certainly for you and Aries, it may very well be quite an intense week. Anyway, that does conclude this reading, Taurus. I do hope it's going to help somebody, okay? And like I said, it may just be a specific message for one person, but we are talking about an emotional loss here. We're talking about how somebody may very well have continuously felt let down or stabbed in the back by somebody. We're talking about you gaining clarity on this situation here. And either, as I said, you feeling that you don't have all the ingredients now to be able to make this relationship, make that Two of Cups that's still standing work, or we are talking about a trickster here and their mask has fallen off. And then we are talking, unfortunately, about a breakup here for somebody's relationship. Because either somebody is focusing too much on what's been lost or can't overcome what's been lost in order to rectify this situation. Or, like I said, somebody has been found to be a bit of a trickster, which then results in a breakup. So, I want to thank you so much for liking, sharing and subscribing to my channel. It does mean a lot to me, okay? And I'll see you again next week. Thank you. Take care. Bye.